Alrighty, so we are back, and today we are going to be talking about the Dragon Ball 40th anniversary manga characters. They are in the data download, which means the exact release time is going to be within this video. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. We'll be getting to it in just a moment. But in this video, I want to talk about when the characters drop and my thoughts on the units as a whole and what it's looking like for the team right now. Now, with the data download being live, by the time that you're seeing this video, the showcases have already been uploaded, and the thoughts on this team right now are in a bit of a weird situation. But before we get into all that, let's actually talk about when the characters come out, and it is going to be about 12 hours after this video is uploaded. So the video is going to be uploaded at 12:15 Eastern Standard Time, and the banner is going to be live at 12 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time on the 6th. So as you guys know, that's going to be a little under 12 hours from when this video is going to be in your sub boxes. So not only are we going to be seeing the manga characters dropping, we are also going to be getting the EZA for AGL Kid Gohan. So I guess the question should be, I will sort of talk about this again. What should you be doing with the, with your Dragon Stones for this banner? If you're somebody that's already summoned for Giant Super Saiyan 4 Goku, maybe you don't have him, you're thinking maybe, what should I do in order with these characters here from the manga banner? Now, I have all of them pulled up here, and I actually do think it's pretty interesting, like the way this is going to end up working out. Like, as we can see, these are not, like, SSR characters, they don't exist. These characters are going to be dropping as TURs, obviously because they're sourcing manga art here. They're not just going to do two individual ones. It's probably a little bit extra for what they're looking to do. So these characters on the banner are going to be dropping as TURs. And I think it's actually going to be pretty interesting for whether or not you should be summoning on this banner. So one perk to keep in mind with this banner is every multi you are going to be doing is going to be featuring 3 of these characters within each drop. Now, that doesn't guarantee that you're going to pull each and every one of them on every multi, but at least 3 being guaranteed per multi is going to be a pretty big deal. There is a very high chance that you could just be in and out of this banner in 2 multis, right? That doesn't mean it's going to happen, but that is a potential thing for you. Now, this is where it gets a little bit interesting, because if we look at this here, this manga team, in terms of the gameplay, is not going to be the best, right? I just don't think this team was nearly good enough for the endgame content that they're released around. But I also believe that the appeal of these characters is not going to be for the high tier, gameplay and sort of, dynamic end game dominance within the game. It is definitely a more of a vibe that you are just looking to collect these units rather than, actually using them all the time. So if that is going to be the goal for you, where you were just trying to collect the characters, I think that could potentially be something pretty interesting for you in terms of what you are looking for. So do keep that in mind, that if you are summoning for these characters, you are not really summoning for them for viability, team comp, synergy, and stuff like that for endgame content. You are summoning to collect them. So I just want to make sure that is known before we go into the banner tomorrow, right? So that at least has to be in mind for each and every player that is watching this video. So when it comes to whether or not you should be summoning on this banner, it really is going to come down to, again, the collecting purposes. I think if you're a beginner player, this actually could be kind of interesting, right? Like, this is an extremely easy banner to start the game with, right? Because you're just going to be able to get 3 of the characters per multi-summon. So if you are somebody that worked up like 150 Dragon Stones and you want to do 5 multis on the banner because it's 30 Dragon Stone multis, I don't think that's a horrible idea. Just to get started, you run all of these characters and then you bring AGL Goku and you're good to go, right? Because when it comes to using these characters, the overall vibe to me is that if you're going to run one, you're going to want to run all of them. So do keep that in mind for when the banner goes live, that if you're going to commit to using these characters, there's a good chance that you're going to want to have all of them. So do keep that in mind. But again, the beauty of this banner, like I said, is you are going to be pulling 3 of them per multi. So again, like, this isn't going to be your typical banner where you get like a fusion animation. This is probably going to be either a no coin banner or a blue coin banner. Again, we do not know until it is live in the game, and then we will have a better idea of what's going on. And then you also need to keep in mind that we are more than likely going to be seeing an LR next week due to the sales going away on the 12th. So on the 13th, we'd probably be seeing an LR. Now, that's really about it in terms of what these characters are going to be showing us. Again, if you're going to use the characters and you're actually going to be like playing with them, you're going to want to make sure you have all of them. So hopefully, if you are going to summon, let me know down below, and I'm wishing you luck. But with that being said, let's go ahead and move on to the data download with everything else that's going to be coming tomorrow. Okay, so we want to talk about the content here. This is going to be courtesy of Proton 10MG. Very good follow over on Twitter if you guys are interested. They do a great job of compiling data downloads, and we can sort of just go over them here in this fashion. So when it comes to the characters, nothing here that we weren't expecting. All 5 of the manga units here, as well as the EZA for Kid Gohan. But with that being said, we also have some 40th anniversary content for Dragon Ball that's also going to be in here, as well as an ESBR stage. So is this going to be like an absolute like gargantuan drop of content that like you're not going to be able to complete for days? No, but is it an exciting day for content? Absolutely. Again, these characters are extremely unique. These are one-of-a-kind characters that, again, I completely understand the sort of motivation to summon for them, despite them, at least in my opinion, not being very optimal for whatever you may be doing, right? One-of-a-kind units are hard to come by. Again, like if we just look at it here, and again, I'm using a designation here. Daimagoku is not a one-of-a-kind character, maybe for the name of the character, but not for like a good Dokkan Fest TUR, right? But these units right here, original Toriyama artwork, this is pretty rare. Right? Like this is not something we've really ever seen before in the game. So I completely understand the excitement if you do want to summon on the banner. But again, I just want to keep that in mind. But with that being said, let's take a look at what we've got down here. So Vegeta with the art and then his little icon here. And it's going to be the same thing for Piccolo Jr., the same thing for Frieza, the same thing for Gohan. And let me just show Boo last time because I forgot to do that in the Should You Summon video. There he is. Hello, Boo. How you doing? And then we got Majin Buu right here, and then ESBR storied figures. So let's talk about this really quickly. Storied figures is maybe the most pointless category in the game. If you guys want me to do a video about that, let me know in the comment section below. Do you guys want a video talking about the most pointless categories in the game? Because this could be a fun video if you like listening to me get like angry, quote unquote, just talking about like things I don't like about the game. I try my best to keep things positive around here, but that could be a fun video to just be like, why did they do this category? And just to give you a little teaser for that, if you will, if we go to storied figures here, I'm not going to play it for the camera. Like this is genuinely like what I think of the category. There's just no purpose to this category, man. Like it's I wonder what the description is on the Dokkan wiki, right? It's like, it's characters that like something with history, obviously, right? With storied figures, that's duh. But like Boo is here, Bojack is here, Pikkon, Tapion, Demon King Piccolo. I believe it has something to do with characters that were sealed away. That's something to do with it as well, because Tapion and Minosha were obviously sealed in the what is that? The Hero's Flute. I don't remember what they called it specifically, but the flute that these two play. Demon King Piccolo was obviously sealed up with the Mafuba, right? He was in the jar, all of that fun stuff. Bojack was sealed away in the non-canon stuff. Just so, like, that's kind of the idea. Boo was obviously stuck in his egg and all of that. So when we look at this category here, it's like, oh, man, this category stinks. So the way you're going to want to run it is definitely double Boo. You probably want to bring this Demon King Piccolo. If you have Paikuhan, you can run him. This Kid Buu EZA, Bojack's EZA. This is a crappy category, man. Really, no matter how you split it. Maybe the Super EZA for Kid Buu. This Pikkon right here, right? So storied figures ESBR, that is definitely going to be a stage of all time, right? But then again, we have the Pinnacle of Fighters event here. So stage 1 and then a special battle. Again, another stage. I think these could potentially be fun, fighting the manga characters. Hopefully this isn't one that expires, but we'll have to see. Then we have down here the Extreme Z battle, and the weakness is going to be Revenge for the Extreme Z battle against Gohan. So if we go over here to Revenge, let's see. Revenge. Getting revenge on this game for being slow right now. You definitely want to run Broly. This Golden Frieza here is probably going to be pretty good for you. Extreme Tech is going to be like a boost category, so we'll have to see with typings. Maybe that's in here, but it doesn't really matter for this video. Revenge is going to be the category that you're going to want to run in here. This Broly is going to go absolutely nuclear in there. He's really good for Extreme Z battles, so he should fit in just fine linked up with this Broly. Hoo-ha, the whole world works. So that's what we're going to have to look at for that for the Gohan Extreme Z battle. Now, if we continue to move down here, just super attack asset quotes, right? They put these in for the Extreme Z battle specifically. The cut into the TUR because then the unit Dokkan awakens as we go further into the fight. Then it's going to be the same thing here. And then we get an animated wallpaper for the manga spine. That's pretty cool, right? If we do the mission from the special battle, this is going to be a pretty clean wallpaper to get. And you guys can see this does end up looking pretty damn cool, especially if you are a manga guy, right? This is pretty neat. So that's going to be neat. Like, I'm excited to have that in the game. We'll see how that wallpaper looks in practice, but going through the continuity of Dragon Ball here, that's pretty badass. Do we see anything from the Buu Saga? No, we do not. So that's pretty damn cool. And we have wallpaper assets here from that, and then these 40th anniversary special coins. So these are going to be the coins that we get from the banner, and we are going to be able to use these. That's right. I forgot about that. Right. So we're going to be able to use these. I believe it's 24, right? And then you get to exchange for a character, and that's going to be pretty cool. And then the event assets for this Goku as well, Vegeta, all of the fun stuff from the special battle, I believe that would be what that is from. And then more manga assets from the exchange, more manga assets, everything that you guys have come to know and love about the manga. There you go. Just manga volumes. That's going to go from the exchange. So if we continue to go in here, more manga volumes, and that is everything from the data download. So that is everything in this video here, just keeping you guys in the loop of what's going on for basically the next week, right? We have, again, the schedule here for the units. They are going to be coming out in 12 hours from when this video is going to be, midnight Eastern time on the 6th. And again, we are back in standard time here over in the United States, so you don't have to worry about the daylight time hour shenanigans anymore. We are back on the real time. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you did enjoy this one. If you did, don't forget to leave a like before you go. Subscribe if you're new, so that way you don't miss out on any of my Dokkan content. Become a member if you want to help further support the channel, and that is, your support does help the channel continue to grow, as well as keep me motivated to continue making good content for you guys. So if you guys enjoyed, thank you guys for watching. As always, love you guys, and I'll see you all in the next one.